What is up, everybody? It's ABL213 back here with another video, and today I will be rating all of the 18 superstars that are in Madden 22 because part 2 of the promo came out today. I am recording this day of, so if I tell you any of the prices, they might be inflated just because they came out today, but some of these cards are just very good, so they will be very expensive, but I'm going to rate them from worst to best, and now let's kick it off with number 18. And in number 18, the worst I have is rated Darius Leonard with reinforcement, out of my way, and reach elite. That's what it's called. I had to look at the little description there. And he only has 81 speed, and his change of direction is 78. And he can't pass rush whatsoever. And for middle linebacker, or outside linebackers, or just linebackers in general, people want to have speed or can rush the quarterback. And he can't do either with his change of direction, so he'll turn about as fast as a brick. He will run as fast as just wet concrete. This man will run as fast as wet concrete. The only thing he can do is tackle. I mean, he's got great tackling and solid excel. But just those rushing, or pass rushing there with 55 power move and a 67 finesse, that's just atrocious. I mean, if you want an outside linebacker that can tackle and do nothing else, here, have Darius Leonard. Now, let's go to number 17. Number 17, we have Terry McLaurin with double me, comeback, and matchup nightmare. Yes, okay. And he is 88 speed, just top tier speed. Just very good. 85 catch, which is solid, but the problem with this card for me is just the catch in traffic and the spec catch. I mean, and he can't really jump. For me personally, I just like to have cards that can jump. And jumping's not really a big issue, but it'd just be nice to throw up a deep ball for him, which is where jumping and catch traffic would come in handy. And the other problem I have with this card is the catch in traffic. The route running's okay, it could be better, but just with like the spec catch and the catch in traffic, I like to have, or cards to have higher, just so if I throw it deep to them, I know they'll come down with it, or if there's someone close to them, they won't just scream like they just slap their butt in the locker room and throw the ball on the ground. I just want to be able to rely on that person for catching it deep, and his change of direction is 82, so solid. I mean, it's just an okay wide receiver, but there are just so many better options. In my opinion, the Adam Thielen, the Michael Thomas is way better. If you chose Jamar Chase, he's way better. The Devonta Smith is way better. There's just so many better wide receiver cards in this, is why he ranks so low. His X Factor is very good, but his two abilities aren't that good at all, and also kind of weighs him down. Now, let's go to number 16. Number 16, Russell Wilson with Bazooka, Roaming Deadeye, Quick Draw, and Fearless. And this card is one of the masters. He is the first master to appear, and he's very low because it's one of the situations where there are just better options. I mean, he has pretty solid speed at 77, great throwing stats, I'm not going to lie there, and 81 change of direction, which is solid, but just I think the power-up Mahomes is a little bit better. The base elite's worse. The new Daniel Jones that came out is faster. I think has a higher change of direction and can throw better, or like better throwing stats. He can throw better, I know. It's Daniel Jones. And the Full Legend Johnny Unitas is just a better card in general. So, like McLaurin, he's a solid card that just gets outmatched by other cards. His abilities here are amazing. I love all three of these abilities. But I was going to say Gambler, but I'm not really sure. Maybe Run and Gun would have been better for Wilson, or Truz. Something that kind of aids him. Not really Bazooka, but yeah, solid card. Just better options, but great abilities. So if you want a quarterback and you have like 200k to spare because he's one of the masters and they all go for at least 200k, you can get him. But I would recommend one of the other ones that I just mentioned. So now let's go to number 15. Number 15, we have Adam Thielen with Double Me, Slotomatic, and Second Wind. This is really a toss-up if you rather have McLaurin, who's faster but worse catching stats, or Adam Thielen, who's slower but better catching stats. And I think Thielen has a little bit better route running, but this is just up to preference. It's pretty much the same exact thing with Terry McLaurin. Great X factor, bad abilities, except Thielen's good at catching, and McLaurin, I forgot his name for a minute, is faster. And there's just better options, like I forgot to mention Brandon Marshall. He's the obviously full legend, but you have to sell an arm, a leg, a kidney, and one ball to afford him. So if you want a cheaper wide receiver, why not get both of them so you have speed and catching opposite of them? Maybe they'll amount to one full legend Brandon Marshall. But now, let's go to number 14. Number 14, we have Eddie Jackson with Zone Hawk, Tip Drill, and Mid Zone KO. He has good speed, good excel, pretty solid tackling, which I think puts him in the top tier of safeties, because safeties can never tackle. With 84 play rec, good, great pursuit. The man could be higher. I mean, amazing zone, but here's the problem. Zone doesn't work. It literally just, if you run zone, like a deep zone, and your safeties will just stand there. They won't react to a person. They won't react to the football. They won't cover an open guy. They'll just sit there and stand. So, he has a very high zone coverage for a stat that is useless. It doesn't work until EA will fix it, but they won't, because they hate their fans, hate the community, hate the game, just because they have the exclusive rights. And I'm calling this right now. If EA did not have exclusive rights, they would not be making football games to this day. That's how bad and impressively unfun and boring and bad these games all are. Whatever, that's just my rant video. That's actually blown up. Last time I checked, it was at like 46 or like 44K or something like that. That's crazy. I never expected that video to blow up that well, but hey, maybe more people will join. Maybe we can finally stop EA's monopoly. There's just hoping. That'll never happen. But he's so low on this list because there's better options. You have the Trevon Moehrig, however you pronounce his name, the rookie premier card if you picked him. If not, you're paying like 350K for him, which is a little bit extortionate. You have the full legend Ed Reed, which you have to sell probably an eyeball and a strand of hair to get. Even the Justin Simmons, the core rookie, I don't recommend buying that, but he's up there as well. It's just better choices are available for him. And now, let's go to number 13, I think. Is that right? Yes, number 13. Coming in at number 13, we have Richie Incognito with Post Up and Polar Elite. And all these O-linemen, I think there are four. There's four here, and they will not have X Factors because O-linemen do not get X Factors. But he has very good strength. He's aware, which is good. He needs to know what he's doing. 86 run block, 81 pass block. He's so low just because... Oh, his change of direction. I know he's an O-lineman, but... I think I've seen a school bus turn faster, more efficiently than that. That is horrible. I don't want to look at that anymore. But the one downside with this card, I would say, would be the pass block. I mean... Oh, that's an 82, my bad. I was looking at pass block power. 82's okay, it's just, for me, I would like to have a guard that's more balanced that can do both. That he's flexible. If I'm running a passing play, I don't have to worry about him getting matched up against like a Strahan or someone and just getting absolutely annihilated. But great run block. Also, there's just a better superstar, the Elgton Jenkins, I think is how you pronounce it, the Packers left guard, also in the Superstars promo. He's just better than Incognito in my opinion because he can pass and run block. It's just, like I said, it's just my preference to have a guard that can do both, just so I don't have to worry about him getting eaten alive. And now, let's go to number 13. Coming in here at number 12, we have Quinnen Williams with Unfakeable, one of the best abilities in the game. because it is just a running the ball simulator. You have to have inside stuff on your defensive tackles, in my opinion. And blitz is an X factor. And he's just this low because mainly Vita Vea is just better in every sense. I mean, this is also a very good defensive tackle. He's on my team, and I say for inside stuff, he's one of the best in the game, but the thing that really drags him down is just his kind of finesse move and okay power move. He has solid blocks, he had good tackling, okay speed, but it's just like the base elite Chris Jones, DeForest Buckner, they're arguably better just because of their ability to like actually rush if they need to, like how inside stuff, but they can just shed the blocks immediately, not even need it. So if you want inside stuff, get Quinnen Williams because he is way cheaper than Vita Vea. But if you just want a solid defensive tackle that you can either rush the quarterback with or just throw off the center or guard, I'd say go with DeForest Buckner or Chris Jones. And now, let's go to number 11. And number 11, we have Nick Bosa with under pressure, speedster, and the X Factor of run stuff. And I picked him up for my team, same thing with Quinnen Williams. He's fast, great excel, solid tackling, okay block shed, amazing finesse move at 89, alright power move, and not that good change of direction, but he won't really need it, which is good because the DTs, defensive tackles and defensive linemen don't really need change of direction, which is nice, but I was comparing this Nick Bosa to like Myles Garrett, Aaron Donald. Those cards are just so much better. Like, he, I believe, is slower than base elite Myles Garrett, or just right there at him. But Myles Garrett can just get to the quarterback or running back more efficiently, but just higher block, shed, finesse move, and power move on Donald and, oh my god, what's his... Myles Garrett. So, with there just being better options, like Myles Garrett and Aaron Donald, this is why Nick Bosa comes in so low. And his abilities kind of could have been better. I mean, speedster is not that good. I would have preferred no outsiders, because that's just necessary this year. No outsiders on the ends, and inside stuff on the defensive tackles just to stop the run, because that's just what you have to do, because no one passes the ball, and if they do, it's just a flat dump down to either Kyle Pitts, another fast tight end, or the running back. So Madden 22 is just running back simulator, after being one of the most broken games simulator. But I'll just quit ranting about the game, and let's go on to number 10. Number 10, we have Michael Thomas with short in elite, mid elite, and route technician, I think is what that says. It's like in 2P, or it's in like 2 font size. I cannot read that. And double me is his X Factor. Wait, hold on. That just said his max value was 1,000,000 coins. Hold on. Who in their right mind, if it'll ever load, yeah, who's gonna pay 1,000,000 coins for this when they can just go get Brandon Thomas, Brandon Marshall, who is just way better in every sense except price. But he's got some solid speed, some great catching. That short route should just be renamed to slant route and be at a 99, but 81 deep and 84 change of direction. So this is just pretty much the better Adam Thielen card, because he has higher change of direction except way worse, worse deep route running, but better route running, better catching, faster, better change of direction. His abilities are good, I guess. The X Factor, obviously, all of them are good, but there's just better choices, like the full legend Brandon Marshall. And I'd say if you don't want to pay like 400k, I think he is, maybe like 380 is what he's down to. If you don't want to pay that for Brandon Marshall, who's totally worth it, I would say you get this Michael Thomas. And now, let's go over to number 9. And coming in at number 9, we have Myles Jack with secure tackler, mid-zone KO, and shutdown as his X Factor. Some of you may be surprised, what, a middle linebacker? Who uses those? Someone who just wants to play the game and not be a sweat lord. like you are, safeties and linebackers. I bet it's you listening to this video right now. Admit it. But Myles Jack. I almost said Myles Garrett. Myles Jack has good speed, 85, good excel. 77 strength isn't really that important for a middle linebacker, but great tackling, solid block shed, decent hit power. Not zone coverage isn't that good, but zone's broken, so just usually use her an 82, change of direction. And I put him this high because there are probably two cards that are better. The maxed out Junior Seau, I don't really know what he is. It's the opposite of Devin Hester. You pick him or Hester, who you want upgrade. As you get your level, you get level points, whatever. I guess kind of level master, I guess is what he would be called, the level master Seau. Him and the rookie premier Micah Parsons. But if you did not pick Micah Parsons as your rookie premier, you're probably paying about $350 to $400K, somewhere in that range for that. And this card's like $70K, something around there, 80 max maybe. So, and the only other one close would probably be base elite Fred Warner, who's not as fast. Bobby Wagner is just slow and has the same change of direction as a semi-truck, so no one's going to use him. So in my opinion, this is one of the best middle linebackers that you can buy as a user, because he's fast, solid change of direction, good tackling, and won't get broken out of tackles because he is a secure tackler. And now, let's go look at number 8. Number 8, we have Saquon Barkley with Spin Cycle, Rejuvenate, or Recuperate. Whatever that stupid ability is, Backfield Master and First One Free X Factor. And I think this card would have been the best running back in the game if it had Freight Train. Freight Train just would have made this card actually broken. But he has great speed, great excel, great agility, good carrying. I mean, solid enough catching, 88 change of direction, 80 truck, 87 break tackle. I mean, Freight Train would have made this card best in the game. But since he does not have Freight Train, I would say that makes him worse than the full legend LaDainian Tomlinson. That's why he's this low. I mean, once again, like I just said, if he had Freight Train, this might be the best card in the game and would have been number 1, but also just some of his abilities aren't that good at all. He could have had better abilities, a better X Factor. That would have put him top tier, but since he just got screwed with abilities and X Factor, I put LT above him, and that's why he landed here at number 8. Now, let's go to number 7. Number 7, we have Marlon Humphrey, who has Universal Coverage X Factor. I believe that's mid-zone KO. Sorry, I'm going to go back and check that. Short route KO, Acrobat, Deep route KO. Alright. And honestly, Acrobat would have got him this high alone just because Acrobat is insanely good. Just because corners will just dive anywhere within their zip code and pretty much pick off the ball from what I've noticed. But good speed at 87, great speed, or excel at 88, good agility. The jumping could be higher. Great man, and man coverage is damn near necessary because of zone, how broken it is. 84 zone, which is good enough if they ever decide to fix it, with great press, and 85 change of direction. And the only corner that is better than him is the full legend Darrelle Revis. And if you don't have enough money to afford Darrelle Revis, I say you get this Marlon Humphrey. I say second best corner in the game, just below that full legend Darrelle Revis. Now, let's go look at number 6. And at number 6, we have Elgton Jenkins. I'm not sure at all how to pronounce his first name, with Fool Me Once and Post Up. And he's just a better version of Incognito just because he can pass and run block. It's just more balanced with 86 pass, 86 run, and 40, and he even has a higher change of direction, but that doesn't matter at all when it is that low. But like I said, the only reason he's this high, he's just a better version of Incognito. I prefer to have better, more balanced. I would rather have more balanced blocking on all of my offensive linemen than like one who has like a 98 run block and like a 13 pass block. And now, let's go look at number 5. And here at number 5, we have David Andrews. And I say David Andrews, he is a natural talent and matador, but I say David Andrews is the best center that is not the full legend Bruce Matthews. So if you don't want to pay the $200K, I think is what I last saw Bruce Matthews going for. If you do not want to pay $200K for a center, just go ahead and pay $70 for him. I mean, he's just a slightly worse version than a 89 overall center that is, I guess, kind of overpriced, but also not really because no one wants a center. But this is what I would say. Best center in the game that's not a full legend. Just he's kind of like a watered down version of Bruce Matthews. Just cheaper. And I'd say better because of that. Cheaper equals better. And now, let's go look at number 4. At number 4, we have Von Miller with Speedster, Swim Club, Edge Threat, and Unstoppable Force as his X Factor. And one of the things holding this card back, or I guess only things really, is his speed. At 182 is not that good, and 75 change direction is not that good at all. But I would say that his abilities make up for it. At least Edge Threat easily makes up for it, just because he'll line up on the edge. It'll just be so nice. The speed won't really be a factor, because he can rush, being an edge rusher, which is good. And I'm going to be honest, Madden should just remove the outside linebacker and end position, just put an edge, because that's what they're called. Khalil Mack, Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Brian Burns, they're all edge players. Chandler Jones, they're all edge. So just put edge in the game, take out linebacker and end. But great pass rush, great tackling, solid excel, not really that good of speed, bad change of direction, but X Factor and abilities make up for that. And now, let's go to number 3. At number 3, we have Budda Baker, who has Short Route KO, Acrobat, and Universal Coverage as X Factor, and Short Route KO. I think I missed that one. Short Route KO, Unfakeable is the one I missed, sorry. And it's kind of the same thing with Marlon Humphrey. Acrobat could have alone got him very high, but great speed, great excel, amazing tackling for a safety this early on at least. Great pursuit. The man could be a little bit higher considering the zone is good, but zone's broken. He can hit and good change of direction. And I say this is the best strong safety in the game, at least until Cam Chancellor hits like a 93 or something like that. Cam has to get super high to get better than him, and this Budda Baker, besides being very overpriced because of Acrobat and being the best strong safety in the game, he's definitely worth a pickup if you have the money and need a safety. And now, let's go to number 2. And at number 2, we have Vita Vea, secure tackler, strip specialist, inside stuff, and an X Factor of Unstoppable Force. And a bunch of people are probably going to be surprised because a bunch of people don't use defensive tackles, but I said this with Quinnen Williams. I think inside stuff is such an invaluable ability to have that it's pretty much necessary. If you can, I would get no outsiders on the ends and inside stuff on the defensive tackles if you use them, so you pretty much just completely shut down running the ball. And he has solid speed for defensive tackle, 65. I mean, it could be better with 78 excel, 88 tackle, 87 block shed, 87 power move. Not that good a finesse move, but the block shed, power move, strength make up for it. The 62 truck, very good if he gets the ball in his hands, but 58 change of direction, pretty good for someone who's 347 pounds. But that 90 strength, inside stuff, and just being a defensive tackle, and this is actually until he's the best defensive tackle in the game until the Warren Sapp comes out tomorrow, I believe, is a limited legend. So I guess he'll still technically be the best defensive tackle in the game because the Warren Sapp will be a limited edition. So if you have around 250k and you need a good defensive tackle, I strongly recommend this Vita Vea because he will help out a ton just with inside stuff alone. And now, let's go to number 1, and who I say is the best superstar player out of this entire promo. And at number 1, the best player out of this superstar promo is Tyron Smith. the best left tackle in the game. I'm just going to put it there. Natural talent, post up, and secure protector. He's the best left tackle in the game. I mean, just like those stats speak for themselves, right? His lowest stat being an 84 run block power, which, I'm going to be honest, I really don't have a clue what that even is. He even has 79 excel at left tackle, 65 speed, which is solid, 70 agility, very good. I don't want to know why he has a 46 catch, weirdly high. But, like I said, best left tackle in the game, and I just think he's hands down the best player because he's like such a gap between the current players in the game. I just think he has the biggest gap, leads by the most, being the best player, amazing stats, and pretty affordable at like the 200 to 250k range. So those are why I picked Tyron Smith to be the best superstar player out of this entire promo. And with that, you made it to the end of the video. I just want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.